then going to stage 2 sa Nursing Council review. So I think this is the part where if you are a Singapore enrolled nurse, normally Nursing Council will review your application, and then they would recommend if you can take CAP so that you will be a registered nurse in the end. Pero sa inyo po, ano po ang nangyari?
I think I sent a message to you that time, no, na hindi nakapag CAP. I think what happened was with the resume with the CV na sinend namin. CV is very important kasi I believe doon din ang isa sa mga kung saan nagbe-base yung mga case managers. In her CV, all her experiences, lahat puro mga enrolled nurse. Meron siyang RN experience sa Philippines, pero hindi siya umabot ng 2 years.
Yara, welcome to Notes to NZ. I am your host, Binibining Veronica. On this video, I talked to a Singapore enrolled nurse about her registration as an enrolled nurse in New Zealand.
Hi po, my name is Noreen Velasquez Cruz. I am originally from Tarlac, Kapampangan. And this is my husband.
Yes, my name is Bryan Paul. Originally from Navotas, but we moved to Cavite last 2011. So, ayun, 12 years in Singapore. I think my wife is 11 years. So, from Singapore, we came here to New Zealand.
And this is Gospel, turning 1 on October 14th.
Why did you leave the Philippines and move to Singapore?
Dahil naghahanap ng work, yung mga usual lang. Then, kailangan makahanap ng magandang trabaho para makaprovide sa family that time. Bata pa ako noon, 23 years old.
Wow. How did you know that you were ready for a life and a job abroad? Kasi yan usually natatanggap kong questions na parang, pwede na ba akong mag-abroad? Or kailangan ba matagal akong nurse? Or matagal ako sa profession ko before actually pursuing a job abroad? What are your thoughts about that?
Ako, that time, since parang hindi ako makapasok sa mga big hospitals, so ang nangyari, kumuha lang ako ng experience sa isang polyclinic and hospital sa bayan namin, na tinulungan pa akong makapasok ng tatay ko. Ayun. So that time kasi, yun yung time na boom talaga ang nursing Yun yung batch ko talaga yun. Tapos, sabi ko kahit ilang years akong mag-work dito, since small lang din yung hospital, hindi pa rin ako magiging RN sa ibang bansa. Or especially in Singapore. So sabi ko, kung ano yung position na ibigay nila sa akin, I will take it. Then doon na ako mag-upgrade ng mag-upgrade. Ayun. So, naghanap ako ng agency. Nag-start ako ng healthcare assistant. Tapos, nagantay ako ng promotion. Then, EN. And then, when mapropromote na ako ng RN, nag-asawa na ako. So, pinili ko na munang mag-resign. Ayun. So, ganun yung nangyari. Sa one of the busiest hospitals in Singapore. Ayun. So, kasi centrally located siya. So, doon talaga yung puntahan ng mga patients. So, sobrang busy din talaga niya. Although, lahat naman talaga busy. Diba? Pag nurse talaga, busy naman lahat talaga. And yun, that time, gusto ko na magka-baby. Sabi namin, baka dahil sa bigat ng work, kaya wala pa kaming baby. So, nag-decide akong mag-resign. And nag-venture ako sa ibang trabaho na mas flexible. Ayun.
So, ako, syempre, I have no idea about nursing in Singapore kasi ako naman from PH straight to New Zealand lang ako. Yun lang ang experience. So, ibig sabihin, from Singapore, paano yung promotion? Kung baga, paano ka magiging HCA and then enrolled nurse and then registered nurse? Is it a matter of time or may exam or?
So, kapag HCA kang pumasok, wala pa yung exam. Depende sa company mo kung kailan ka nila ipopromote. Usually 1.5 years, 2 years, depende sa need nila. Nagbabase sa needs pa rin ng company, ng employer. Tapos, ayun, titingnan nila kung syempre board passer ka, may experience ka din kahit papano. As an RN in the Philippines, tinitignan din nila yun. And yun, mag-wait ka lang. Sa Singapore, ganun.
My
Mag-wait ka lang.
recommendation.
Mag-wait ka lang. Tapos, kunwari, na-promote ka na ng enrolled nurse. 2 pa lang yun. Enrolled nurse 2. Tapos, mag-wait ka ulit ng 1.5 or 2 years. Enrolled nurse 1 ka naman. Tapos, 1.5, 2 years. Staff nurse ka na naman. Staff nurse 2. Tapos, ganun ulit. Mag-wait ka ulit. Staff nurse 1. Tapos, senior staff nurse 2. Tapos, senior staff nurse 1. Tapos pwede kang maging manager. So from HCA, may ano ka pa rin naman, chance maging manager kung talagang mag-i-stay ka.
Why did you move to New Zealand?
The initial reason was, actually, the actual reason is this. Yes. Kasi in Singapore, noong wala pa kaming baby, o hindi pa hindi pa namin na-found out that she was pregnant. It's okay to live in Singapore. So para kami may kita.
Very convenient.
Ayan, katulad niyan.
Very convenient.
Di ba? And until such time na malaman na nga namin na ganun. And then may COVID pa that time. So inisip namin, kapag lumabas siya, saan siya pupunta? Are we going to leave him in our family in the Philippines? Kasi it's quite hard to be permanent resident sa Singapore. So actually we applied last February to be permanent resident, but unfortunately all of us 3 were not able to get the permanent resident status doon, no? So it was just time. We applied February, and then for the CGFNS we just started April. This year, April this year. In 5 months, we were able to
Almost
come
5
here.
months.
Kasi of course, we prayed about it. We were just very blessed na si Gospel pinanganak din sa Singapore. Kasi that time, bawal umuwi. Nurses, bawal umuwi. Even for us, we were encouraged not to go home. Kasi nga, hindi namin alam kung kailan kami makakabalik. There's this, I think it's same as New Zealand, hindi ka basta-basta makakabalik. So, yung company mismo namin nagsabi na ganun, no? Na wag mo na kayo umuwi, kung possible. Kung kailangan dito mga anak, dito na lang mga anak. So, that's what happened. And for 10 months, in-extend lang namin ang in-extend si Gospel, and we could, hindi siya pwedeng mag-stay kasi doon ng matagal. By right, when you go to Singapore, the maximum that they can give you is 30 days. If you want to extend, if you have a valid reason, they can extend you so for another 30 days. So it was just
Yung mga later part na.
It was just because lockdown kaya nakaka-extend si Gospel. But if not, we think kailangan na talagang umuwi ni Gospel.
Pero nung later part na, nag-strict na rin sila. Nagpapauwi na rin talaga sila.
Just like right now, we know some couples na it's quite hard na magstay sa Singapore, and their family members with them. Halimbawa, yung anak nila nasa kanila. And then they need to ask ng extension sa ICA. So it's quite hard kapag lagi-lagi. There were times na talagang 3 days lang na bibigay or 2 weeks lang na bibigay na extension.
Depende.
So you have to go back again and again. So
iiyak ka talaga.
Pay every time?
This pandemic,
$40 na.
$40. But there were times na hindi naman sila nagbibigay ng
there were times
na hindi sila nag-a-ask ng payment. Kasi I think I extended Gospel for 4 times.
Wow.
2 months. There were times na nagbayad ako ng $40. Then there are times na ina-extend na lang nila.
Online is free.
Online is free, but for baby, so far si Gospel din namin sila na-extend ng ng online. So we need to go there. Me personally, I need to go there to ICA and extend him. So that's our life in Singapore with the family.
How did you start your application to New Zealand?
All
Murang-mura
DIY.
lang yung agent ko. Ito yung agent.
All DIY. Actually, we created one email for both of us to access. And from there, I started to study how. I believe it was guidance from the Lord na kung paano everything happened. Kasi with a lot of information around, talagang malilito ka eh. Magtatanong at magtatanong ka. It's okay to ask people, no? But of course, you also need to study. Actually, yung pag nag-i-email, Noreen lang nakalagay sa huli. Pero honestly, I'm the one answering the email.
Nag-aalaga ako ng bata.
Kasi
Wala akong ginagawa.
pero nababasa niya yun. Nababasa niya. So, I'm replying in behalf of her. Kasi siya nga, nag-aalaga siya ng bata. Emails,
And may work pa din naman ako that time.
Nag-work din siya. So, all those, I'm immediately answering yung sa mga email.
Yan ang madalas na question sa akin. Ano daw ba uunahin nila? Mag-English exam first or mag-CGFNS muna or ano ba?
Ano siya muna eh.
IELTS.
OET siya ng March 20. Kasi nagdalawang take siya. So, in the middle, I found out na pwede naman pala na I think that's something that everyone should know.
Yes.
Na it's not because of the OET na makapag CGFNS ka, but it's just one of the requirements. So while they're waiting for OET, dalawang beses siya eh. March 20, tsaka May 29. Pero nag-CGFNS kami ng April 11. So nag-OET muna, then I found out na, pwede naman pala. And then, nag-CGFNS, and then yung nag-second take pa siya ng May 29. So, doon ko na pag-aralan din yung timeline.
Tapos sir, sa OET, did you take all of the subtest or yung nirepeat mo lang yung hindi na-meet na requirements?
Yung ni-repeat ka lang.
Yung ni-repeat niya lang is yung mga dalawa na hindi niya naipasa.
Okay, that's good. Is it cheaper to do it that way?
Yes, definitely yes. Pero kapag isa lang yung pipiliin mo, it's habang tumataas yung pinipili mo, halimbawa, nag-exam ka, 4 yung in-exam mo.
Yep.
And then, 3 yung hindi pumasa. Kapag nag-retake ka ng 3, I think it's cheaper. Pag nag-retake ka ng 2 subjects na yun, it's more expensive. Kapag isa lang, I think it's even more expensive.
Pwede tayo din magpa-remark that time, pero hindi na rin kami nagpa-remark, nag-exam na lang ako.
What was it like gathering the necessary documents for your application?
Yes, we have to do it ourselves. Even yung sa registrar ni Noreen sa school nila, ako rin na nag-i-email and ako rin sumasagot, and I've learned a lot in nursing terms. So ayun, thank God kasi sumasagot naman sila. And I think yung nagkaroon ng pandemic, naging active lahat online. I think all schools are hands-on in online. So I think it helped as well.
Ito pa yung isang tip. Laging sinasabi ni Bryan, you have to prepare all the documents ahead of time. Dati sabi ko, di ba matagal pa ako? Di ba ganito pa yung goal natin? January pa, October, November. Yung mga ganun kaming mga moments eh. Tapos, pero naging prepared kami sa mga documents namin ahead of time. Kaya siguro nakaalis kami na by September. Yeah. Kasi wala kaming naging problema sa mga documents. Talagang pag kinailangan ito, okay, bigay. So, siguro isa rin yung sa mga tips namin na you have to, wag yun ang antayin na ganito, ganyan, hihingin ng ganito. Once siningi, bigay. Hindi yung once siningi, wait, gagawan muna namin ng paraan. So, yun yung talagang nagpadali sa proseso namin. Magaling ang aking agent. Talagang
gusto niyo makipag-contact. Message mo.
Magaling ang aking agent. Sabi niya, dapat ito, meron na tayo nito. Dapat meron na tayo dito. So, ganun siya. So, napakagaling. Hindi namin expect na kaya pala kami nagmamadali. Makakaalis pala talaga kami ng maaga.
Wow.
So, ayun.
I think we will not be able to get here if we lack
Yung mga kulang.
some documents, no? And another tip, especially for couples, I think there are some of us na meron naman mga WhatsApp, no? Kasi ang ginawa namin, gumawa kami ng isang chat room sa WhatsApp na of course kami lang dalawa yung nandun. Whatever documents na meron kami,
Kailangan.
we upload dun sa ano na yun, sa group namin na dalawa. So hindi kami nag-aano doon, hindi kami nagkukwentuhan doon. But what we know is this is the purpose. Kung wala ako, she can get kung ano yung kailangan. So I think it helped a lot. Mga documents din. So,
kasi if ever nag-low bat pala, things happen, di ba? Either baka yung nasa kanya lahat yung access, tapos biglang low bat siya or may nangyari sa phone niya. Paano na? Di nga na kayo parehas, di ba? So, yun yung magaling pala na ginawa namin din na isa. Lahat may access. Meron din kaming one email address na ginagamit. Nandun lahat yung mga both namin nakikita lahat. So, ayun.
No, you really work as a team. Very good.
What happened after you applied to nursing council?
And then going to stage 2 sa nursing council review. So I think this is the part where if you are a Singapore enrolled nurse, normally nursing council will review your application and then they would recommend if you can take CAP so that you will be a registered nurse in the end. Pero sa inyo po, ano po ang nangyari?
I think I sent a message to you that time, no, na hindi nakapag CAP. I think what happened was with the resume with the CV na sinend namin. CV is very important kasi I believe doon din ang isa sa mga kung saan nagbe-base yung mga case managers. In her CV, all her experiences, lahat puro mga enrolled nurse. Meron siyang RN experience sa Philippines, pero hindi siya umabot ng 2 years.
Then may gap pa ako, 'di ba? Nag-work ako ng ibang industry.
So I think that's something that they also look. Kasi I've seen in the chat room na meron silang experience na 2 years na RN, even though nakaka 10 years na. Even though it's not included sa 5 years na sinasabi ng CGFNS, di ba? Na kailangan in the last 5 years, you work at least 2 years, di ba? Yun ang sabi doon. But I think they also look kung nag-RN ka ba ng kahit sa Pilipinas or in the last 10 years, how many years kang nag-RN? So, during that time, I even I sent the message to the case manager and sabi niya, ang sabi niya doon, she already talked to her superior and then they have decided na bigyan na lang siya ng direct registration as EN. So hindi daw talaga pwedeng mag-cap. If they even say there na if I really do not want to accept yung direct registration, we have the option to reject yung decision nila and then we can appeal or do RPL after makapag-EN dito sa New Zealand.
What's RPL?
RPL, I think that's you need to apply din sa school.
Parang degree, nursing degree.
Actually, yes, they are going to what they will do is they will compare yung mga subjects ng New Zealand to sa pinag-aralan niya dito sa Pilipinas, and then you do not need to study for 3 years. Some of those subjects will be credited. So I believe it's going to be lesser. But of course, since we haven't experienced it, still mag-aaral pa rin siya. I think it will still be 2 years. So,
pero naging blessing ang lahat.
Tinanggap namin yung sa EN. And we thank God na even through this time na nakarating kami ng mas maaga, hindi na nga nag-cap.
Tipid!
Sabi ko, pero EN pero EN. We just pray, let's see what God has for us sa New Zealand. And you know what, in her interview, tinanong siya nung ano niya, yung nag-job offer. Tinanong siya nung employer niya. Sabi sa kanya, do you want to take CAP?
And want to be an RN?
And do you want to
Of
be an
course!
RN? And then yun ang sabi sa, yun ang ano. So, that's something that we are looking forward. I believe they are also sponsoring. Although we want to confirm that. Kasi according dito sa kasama din namin sa house, dito sa Cromwell, there's quite a lot, mga ano nga sila, yung mga
facilities na
ano pala sila,
nagpapaaral.
nagpapakap. And there were some like caregivers na pinagkap, they knew about it. So that's why we're looking forward to that. Maybe we can update the chat room or even you kung ano man yung mga mangyayari. Let's see. We are praying for the best and for our purpose here in New Zealand.
How did you find a job as an enrolled nurse in New Zealand?
Sobrang blessing ulit kasi etong friend namin na papunta ngayon, papunta next month. 2 years na silang nag-a-apply sa New Zealand, I believe. And then sinabi lang nila na hired na sila dito and hiring pa, baka gusto mong itry. So nag-message ako sa page ng Golden View Care and nag-message ako sa Facebook nila. Then ala pa akong APC noon. Sabi ko, okay lang po bang magpasa ng
APC.
okay lang po bang magpasa ng CV ko kahit wala pa akong APC. Then nag-reply naman kaagad, sure, you can email your CV at ganyan. So nag-email kaagad ako. Sakto, 30 minutes, habang ka-email ko sila, lumabas ang APC.
Wow!
Yes.
Oh my God!
Message ko sa kanya, na-register ko na yung APC mo, ganyan.
Oo, habang ka-message ko sila, lumabas ang APC. So, in-update ko yung CV ko bago ko sinend sa kanila. Wow. And then, re-interview kinabukasan.
Wow!
Tapos, contact referencing na. Then, as soon as na-complete ko yung 2 contact referee, tawag nila, di ba? Pagkatapos mag-reply nung second referee, job offer ka agad in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Wow.
So, ganun ka, bilis. Everyday may nangyayari. Ako, pinaka-appreciate ko yung cover letter. Nagamit ko yun, in fairness, yung cover letter. Sabi ko, kasi hindi ko expect na ganun pala ang cover letter. Hindi ko talaga alam. Kung hindi ko lang pinanood yung vlog mo, hindi ko maintindihan na importante pala yun. Napakalaking, ito pa yung na-realize namin. Yung referee pala, napakahalaga dito, no?
Oo, very.
Parang sa kanya lang nakasalala yung pag-hire ko eh. Nakatagal. Sabi ko, bilisan mo na. Nag-tiktak. Mag-reply nung referee ko.
Lalo na yung from PH applicants. Minsan kasi, ang ilalagay nilang reference, ang hirap makontak.
An email.
O if maglalagay kayo ng reference, make sure na mabilis nilang makontak. Kasi as soon as makontak nila yung reference nyo, you're good to go.
Good to go. Ganun laki pala nilang, kala namin, palamuti lang sa CV. Hindi pala ganun.
Actually, when we first talked about it, yung sinabi mo nga na, ayun, kukunin na namin mag-enrolled nurse na si Noreen, and then you guys are gonna be here. Siyempre ako, kinabahan ako sa umpisa. Kala mo naman buhay ko, pero kinabahan ako kasi diba napag-usapan natin ang salary ng enrolled nurse. I'll link it up above, but it's definitely lesser sa RN, and then job opportunities, hindi rin masyadong marami, ganyan. But I really like your story because you've come from an imperfect situation, pero when you thought that things are falling out of place, it's actually falling into place, and it's such a beautiful story. Kaya parang, ang galing, kasi kahit na hindi siya yung standard na ito yung pathway, ito lang ang pathway to success. Actually, hindi. Regardless of how messy you start, you can actually have a beautiful ending. O, diba? Kaya I really love your story. Totoo yan. Amazing. Congratulations. Siyempre, late na naman yung congratulations ko. Wala akong pakialam. Bahala kayo.
How did you book for MIQ and process your visa application?
During the interview, tinanong ko na kung ano yung mga may benefits ba, may ano bang galing from them. Sabi nila, yung MIQ ko, ibabawas sa salary ko in 3 years. Yun yung sinabi.
Sa buong stage ng application, ano yung pinakamahirap na part for you? Securing an MIQ facility, okay lang ba? Mabilis ba?
Super. Grabe, parang
Grabe.
natalo ng
I
loto.
think ang daming nahihirapan, di ba? Anong sikreto?
Ganito yung nangyari. Di yun yung time na I cannot stay in Singapore. In 3 days, kailangan ko nang umalis.
We're trying to extend her stay sa Singapore pero she was not allowed.
Kasi worker ako. Kapag worker ka, kailangan mo umuwi ng... Mas nakapag-stay pa nga si Gastel
Si
kesa sa
Gaspel
akin.
mas makapag-stay kasi
Ako yung pinapaalis ng...
yes,
Okay.
if you used to work in Singapore, there's
Kailangan mo
this
umexit.
department we call MOM na doon dapat na mag-extend. So since ayaw na siyang extend that time, we need to go back in 3 days. Wow, syempre iyakan na kasi ang bilis eh. What we were thinking that time was she will be extended, but she wasn't. So that
Hindi na siya natulog.
that day pag-uwi namin, refresh ako ng MIQ.
Oo.
And then may nag-open. Pag-open ko, tinry ko, September 2. May nakakuwang iba. And then, refresh ulit ako ng refresh. Nag-open September 1. Sinubukan ko and then, ayun na, pumasok. So, nakakuha kami ng MIQ doon sa
Without
time.
visa?
Yes, without visa yet. Nakakuha kami ng MIQ doon sa time that she was rejected for extension. So, that time.
Tapos hindi siya makatulog.
Yes.
Tapos sabi niya, try ulit natin magpa-extend bukas.
I was crying that night.
So na-extend ako ng 14 days. Pagkalabas namin ng mismong office, na-receive namin yung letter of
Invitation to apply
for visa.
for visa.
Ayan. So nagkaroon kami ulit ng hope. Baka kaya in 14 days na makaalis. Or kahit maayos lang yung visa, kung uuwi tayong Philippines, at least maayos na yung visa. Oo. So, ang nangyari, nag-ayos kami ng nag-ayos, police clearance, passport handling, medical, minadali lahat namin yan.
Plane ticket, hindi rin kayo nahirapan? Plane ticket?
Ayun sa plane ticket, we since after 2 days, kapag binook mo yung MIQ, mag-expire. Sabi ko, in 2 weeks, kasi that time before siyang ma-extend, before siyang bigyan ng I was crying that night. Sabi ko, Lord, just 2 weeks lang po.
Para
2 weeks
makapag-empake.
Para makapag-empake, makauwi ng Pilipinas, magawa yung mga kung ano yung gagawin. And then, indeed, God is so good na the next day na nagpunta kami doon,
Invitation.
na-extend kami ng another 2 weeks.
Wow.
And at the same time, yun namin na-receive yung invitation to apply. So we grabbed the opportunity na meron na tayong invitation to apply eh. And then, gawin na namin lahat kung ano yung mag-apply kami ng visa.
I think very interesting yung visa. In 6 months, yung
yes.
medical and police.
Ito parang, when it comes to visa pala, applying visa, there was an option there wherein you will be asked to put in your medical exam. And that is when you choose 6 months or more. So, sabi ko, paano yun? Hindi ko maisa-submit yung visa application kasi wala pa kaming medical certificate. So when I tried to choose 4 to 6 months, hindi niya kailangang maghanap ng medical exam. So what we did was we submitted it without the medical exam. Kasi 6 months or more, hindi siya magpo-proceed. Kasi you are required to put in information about your medical. So since sabi ko, pwede naman siguro.
Sabi namin, because we have only 1 week left now.
1 week left.
TikTok. So 1 week left, sabi namin, importante ma-submit muna natin. Di na-submit namin, pwede naman palang nag-a-add.
Pwede ka pala
So nung ni-require pa rin siya. Ni-require pa rin yung medical.
Mag-add?
Kasi when you submitted your visa, di makikita rin ng case manager.
Oo.
Meron doon option to upload document. So whether they are looking for it or not, nag-submit kami ng Sunday, I think it was 22. And then 24 nagpa-schedule na kami ng medical. Sinabi namin sa doktor, our flight is on August 31. Kahit
No pressure. Our flight is later.
Kaya sabi namin, if it's possible to be expedited, then thank you.
Pero unang sinabi ng doktor, it will take within a month. Sabi niya gano'n. Pero sabi ng doktor, ang pait, in a day, napalabas niya ang result.
Ano to, Singapore doctor to?
Pwede naman pala.
Wow.
Tapos, meron silang sinend na document after 1 day.
Reference code.
Na reference code and meron silang sinend sa email. So yung document na yun yung in-upload namin sa visa. So whether they're asking, yes, it's possible. It's possible.
Very wise decision yung ginawa namin. Nag-submit kami ng maaga. Then add-ons na lang, lahat ng support, pati yung letter ko from my employer. Yan. Kasi sabi namin sa employer, nakiusap na kami sa employer, sabi namin hindi pa na-approve yung visa. So ang ginawa ng employer namin, sila ang kumontak sa immigration dito.
Yes.
Wow.
They helped us as well.
Galing.
Ayun, napa-approve naman.
By September 3, meron din kaming ticket pauwi ng Pilipinas. Kasi we never know whether the visa is gonna be extended, is gonna be approved. So initially yung nag-apply nga kami ng extension ulit, bumalik kami ng ICA, ng MOM, in-extend namin siya for 2 weeks. So nagbigay kami, kailangan meron din kaming ticket nung time na yun. So bumili pa ako ng ticket papuntang Pilipinas. It's magkano bang yun? 2,500 for the 3 of us.
Same lang na parehas lang naman ng conversion.
Wow.
So for September 3 yun, pauwi ng Pilipinas.
Salamat kay credit card.
So
Sponsored by?
Oo. At ito pa yung funny. Tumaas ang blood pressure niya.
Tumaas ang blood pressure ko.
Kaya sa medical, nahang kami pa. So later on, yung blood pressure pala niya yung naghahang, kaya hindi pa na-approve yung visa.
They will check yung health.
Pero cleared na siya ngayon.
Okay, that's good. Na ginastos nyo, wala na yon, talagang TY na yon.
Refunded na lang.
Nag-message kami sa Philippine Airlines na i-refund. So sabi nila, i-refund naman daw nila completely, pero it will take, I think, 5 months. So for us, it's okay. At least it's gonna be refunded. And meron naman kaming reference number para dun.
Siyempre, pang celebration na natin yan pagpunta ko dyan sa
yes.
Alam ko na may budget na tayo.
Yes. So ayun, 'di ba? 31st yung flight namin. Sa 30th na-approve yung visa.
30th na-approve yung visa. That's why dun sa peak na yun, we never know. Lord, we're praying, saan ba kami dadalhin? Are we going back sa Philippines or to New Zealand? So that time, whichever place you want us to be in, we know that it's for our best.
What are you most grateful about?
Ako nung dilabas yung new resident visa, it all made sense. Sabi namin, kaya pala EN ka agad, work ka agad, kasi pasok sa criteria. Tapos, expected namin yung school, yung CAP, October. And nakarating kami dito by September 1st. So, grabe. Yun, syempre, yung goal talaga namin, ma-PR somewhere.
What advice can you give to other nurses who are also thinking of working in New Zealand?
Whatever plans you have to pray about it. Whether it is for ganun pala talaga or not. Kasi I believe with all the desires na meron kami ngayon, sabi nga, Lord, dalhin mo kami kung saan kami mag-glorify. Kung di ka seryoso sa goal, I think wag mo nang ituloy siguro kasi eventually tatamarin ka rin. But if you are serious with your goal, hanggat merong chance, grab it.
Ako naman, yung nakita ko, work beyond the limits. Ayan, kasi 'di ba, wala pa akong APC, naghahanap na ako ng employer. Tapos we have 2 weeks 2 weeks na lang na meron kami. Pero we just did whatever we could. Ayun. So maraming tao magsasabi sa hindi ganyan. Maraming magsasabing hindi pwede yan, hindi yan possible, wala kang makukuhang trabaho, konti lang yung mga EN jobs. Pero look naman anong nangyari. 'Di ba? Mabilis pa sa 5:00 ang mga nangyari. 'Di ba? So kung may mga maririnig kang limits, okay, pakinggan mo lang, pero gawin mo lang yung makakaya mo.
Learn to trust God more than you trust yourself.
Even tapos wag mahihiya magtanong,
Yes.
wag mahihiyang makiusap. Isang blessing din. Ayaw talaga nila kaming at the moment ayaw nilang magstay kami dito. That time pala ayaw nila kaming magstay dito kasi daw may baby, kasi maliit yung room, nakiusap lang talaga kami. Tapos tingnan mo ngayon, kami nang papalit sa buong bahay nila. Kasi ta-transfer na rin sila ng own house nila. So lahat, imaginein mo yung kung hindi ako naglakas ng loob or kaming both, hindi kami naglakas loob, makiusap. Kung kailangan mong makiusap ka. Yan, halos lahat, pinakiusapan namin. Visa, nakiusap kami. So, ayan, wag lang po tayong mahihiyang maging honest sa mga needs natin.
Having experienced what you have experienced, was it worth moving to New Zealand? What makes it worth it?
I think, what made it worth it, I'm together with my family now. No, kasama ko sila. Na, ayun, hindi na namin kailangan mag-extend. There is like, one of the assurance na we can be together, na nasaan yung isa, it's worth it. And that's one thing na we can also advise to others, no? Kasi way back in Singapore, they're asking, do I need to go home na or try other countries? So, sagot ko naman doon, one of the easiest thing that we can do as foreign worker is to go back to Philippines. Pag nakauwi ka na ng Pilipinas, you're with your family, then you can do everything that you want. But right now that you have a chance, you're still young, that you still have a chance to come to a country that you know you can thrive, then why not try? Kasi alam naman natin na na ang age, hindi naman tayo bumabata. And it is still better to at least try. Then if not, after you prayed for wisdom, if it's really not, then go back to Philippines. That's that's something that we can do always. We can always go back to where we started, like yan sa Pilipinas. So hanggat merong chance, then try it.
If you have enjoyed watching this video, please like and subscribe.
Our next video, we'll talk more about Bryan and Noreen's experience working and living in New Zealand. For now, I wish you all the best with your journey and I hope you will be blessed. I'll see you soon. Bye!